Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33. Good evening, and welcome to another segment of Mixing It Up. My name is Barry Ross. I host the show. I'm proud to be here this evening. We have another great show. We certainly want you to know that we're not only live, that the station we're at, black-owned community station, been here for 20-some-odd years. R.J. Watkins used to be the new dance show. He's still around. Hodo, the engineer. Henry Tyler. We want to acknowledge everybody that takes a part in this great station. We're online. We're on TV 33, Comcast 20. If you go to your computer and you go to TV33, WHPR.com, we're right there in your face. Tonight's show I'm dedicating to Sam from the JCC in Oak Park. Sam gave me a donation today. Sam, I love you. Sam, I love your mother. And without people like you that are not being prompted to give donations, we don't know where we'd be. We need more people like you, Sam, and you know I love you and respect you. This show, every single segment of my show is always available. If you miss me, you can go to YouTube. You go to Ross, R-O-S-S, B like boy, D like David, 51, and there it is. Everything I've done in the community and every single show. I got 100-some-odd videos there. This show also is on Facebook. If you go to Mixing It Up and you join and you just put your cursor or your mouse on video, you can see all the shows. After today, within 2 days, this show will be up for you to check out. Tonight, my first couple guests, I'm proud to say, of Tony Clark. Now, he was a, I believe, heavyweight boxer in Detroit. And he's coming back to make a difference in the city by bringing programs to the youth. And his partner, James White, they're here with me, and they're coming on in a few minutes to tell everybody how they can make a difference in bringing this violence to a standstill in our city by getting young men involved. I'm going to have to find out if it's young men and young ladies. I believe it is. Yes?
It is.
Okay. We're going to get back. Yes, young men and young ladies. They have all kinds of programs to put you to work, help you get off the streets, and we know you want to get off those streets, so you need some opportunities. Next, Ray Bolger, not the Tin Man from A Wizard of Oz, is here tonight from the Safe Haven of Detroit, a great community program, and his associate pastor, Barry, my first name, my namesake, Randolph, is here to tell us tonight everything they're doing. I believe they're working with providing help for women that have been abused. I'm not sure. I believe so. Women that need shelter, women that need help, feeding programs, various programs. And I don't want to quote all these. I'm just going on my remembrances. And also, if you saw the tail end of Malik's show, Aaliyah Moore from Oakman Orthopedic School. They're shutting this school down. And I want to tell you, Barry Ross is flaming mad. Roy Roberts came to the school last week and announced that this school, that about 40% of the children are disabled. They have various disabilities. These kids are going to be left without a place to go. They got options, but a lot of their parents cannot transport them to new schools. And when the parents asked Roy Roberts, what about the violence in these neighborhoods, the new area where you're sending my children, our children, what's going on there? Are there abandoned houses? What's the environment like? You know what he said? I don't care. It doesn't matter. I've made a decision. And then Aaliyah's also going to tell us that he made a statement about having black babies. Oh, my God. And he's black. Oh, my God. So that's what's going on. Now, for the last month and a half, I've been asking you to help my friend Leanne Katzman. She's 61 years old. She needs a liver transplant. Now, this just isn't an ordinary woman. She spent half of her life giving back to the city of Detroit, working with AIDS, HIV clients. Men and women addicted to drugs like I was, like she was, making a difference in the community. She could die waiting for a liver. I know this is a lot to ask, but there's a brand new procedure. They take a small portion of your liver, very small, and they implant it in a recipient, and it regenerates in a very short period of time. Sounds weird, but it's true. They can't take your whole liver anyway. We need our liver. They take a portion, and it regenerates. So I'm asking you to contact Henry Ford Hospital, Nemi Beldrain, 313-916-1826. You got to have the right tissue match, the right blood match. You got to be between 18 and 50. I know it's hard. I know this is easier said than done. I can't give her mine. She don't want my blood anyway. My blood is tired, and I'm older than 50. 916-1826. And finally, Minister Shabazz and I, we're getting so many calls. Now the weather's breaking. You know, we board up abandoned houses in the city. We've run out of cash. You know, we paid for the first 10 houses for the city of Detroit out of our own pockets. It's about $150 to $200 per home. We're asking you to please, I got about 125 homes on a list right now waiting to go. We need money. We also have to thank, what is it, Ronnie, the carpet place that donated $200. We want to thank this gentleman. I can't remember his name. We'll get it before the end of the show. Pledged to give $200 a month. Please make a check or money order out to GDRP, GDRP. Send it to 17301 Livernois, Suite 405, 48221. We're the Greater Detroit Restoration Project. You can also bring checks here every Tuesday. We're at 160 Victor in Highland Park from 6 to 10:30. We've boarded up 70 homes, and there's only about 100,000 more to go. Obviously, we can't do it all. Obviously, we need large sources of money and volunteers, materials, and men, equipment to help us. Last fall, we boarded up 40 houses in 2 weekends, 250 students from Wayne State. I can run a whole community project putting men to work, and now I believe with these two gentlemen here, maybe we can partner up with them. Again, please send a check or money order to GDRP, GDRP, 17321 Livernois, Suite 405, Detroit 48221. If that's too much information for you, call me, 248-417-9696. And listen, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to know we're family here. I want to be your family. I want you to consider this a family station, a family show. There's nobody like us. We're not under conventional media constraints. We can report the truth here. Call us today on the show, 313-868-0351, 4336-0342. If Howard Aston in the suburbs is watching me tonight, Howard, welcome aboard. And anybody new that's come here tonight, we hope you continue. I want you all now to meet Mr. Tony Clark and Mr. James White.
Good evening.
Two great men. I met Tony about a year and a half ago on a protest march and found out that this man used to throw down in the ring, a professional boxer. How are you, Tony?
How you doing today?
Okay. Tell us what's going on.
Well, we have a great program for skilled trades that's coming up. My name is Tony Clark, and I'm a licensed master plumber, and I'm also a professional boxer. And we're going to be doing some fighting out at the Southfield Civic Center in the end of July, and I'll be main event. And I'll be showing you what this right hand is good for. I got the best right hand in the business, and I'll show you what this right hand is good for in the ring. Outside the ring, I'm a licensed master plumber, and I can show you what that right hand is good for outside the ring. We build up the city. We don't tear the city down. We build it up, and that's what we're going to do with love and peace and harmony. All of us going to get together, and you're going to hear those tools just a working and a working, and you're going to see those men and women working with technology, with all this advanced knowledge that they have for young people to learn how to build their city. And we can do this.
Just a couple questions real quick. What's the date of this event? Do you have it yet?
We got a date for the end of October. For the end of July.
What is it?
It's July the 27th.
At what time?
That's
that a
at
Saturday?
7. That's
Saturday,
Saturday, what time?
7 to 11.
Okay,
7
and
p.m.
that's
to
the
11.
Southfield Civic Center on Evergreen in 10.5 mile road.
correct.
All right, I want to continue to announce that. Are a lot of the young men and young women, of course I want to talk to James too, at risk, the youth that's on the streets? How are you reaching them and how are they receiving your program? Either one of you.
Through the Community Planning or Association, we have decided to fight crime in the city of Detroit. We're going to sponsor job training and education for those students that don't have anything else to do besides stand on the corner. We get these students and we bring them to our community. We started at the O'Shea Recreation Center out on Greenfield in 96. And we continue to get students and young adults and give them an opportunity to learn skilled trades and teach them the skilled trades fields with our master electricians, our master plumbers, our master carpenters in that area.
That's one. Now, like myself, I was on the streets when I was a kid. I was in and out of juvenile. Why would I want to do this? I'm serious. Just because there's opportunities, I've given youth opportunities. There's a lot of good young people, but sometimes it's hard for them to accept the good, right? First of all, how are you getting to them, to the young people, to come into the program, and how are they receiving it?
Well, for
How
one,
they feel about it? Like?
Yes. Well, for one, we put out flyers through the community to let the community know that we're having events. And through these events, we bring together the young people, their parents, and we let them know that we have to learn about how to become self-sufficient, how to become educated in the fields that we have provided, the trades fields. And this is basically from sending out flyers and talking to store owners and different merchants. We pass out the word in that area, and then we have events.
Are you talking? Did you tell me you're talking to like at the juvenile facilities or the jails or?
Yes,
Because you can reach them. I mean, we've
Right,
talked.
right.
They feel you.
Right, exactly.
Right? They look up to you.
We talk to all the rough and tough.
Right.
That's who we really target, the rough and tough.
Right.
Because those people know how to accept somebody that's rough and tough just like
Thank
them.
you.
I fought all my life. And that's what this city is. This is a fighting city. We fight. We not fighters, but we winners. That's what Detroit is. I learned how to be a winner from the Crunk boxing team. When I first came to Detroit, I was a fighter. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. And when I came to Detroit, I was a fighter. But when I went to the Crunk boxing team, I had to learn how to be a winner. Because they wasn't in there fighting. They was in there knocking you out. And that's what Tommy Hearns done. Tommy Hearns was one of the greatest right-hand men in the city. I learned from Tommy Hearns and the rest of these guys that was out here fighting in the city. And that's how we target these young people, because one thing about any time in this world, you're going to have problems with your home. You're going to have problems with your community. You got natural resources. You got gas. You got water. You got lights. This is what's going to sustain you to live. And if you don't have that, what you going to do? You're going to need money. Who wants your money? Somebody going to need some knowledge. Knowledge is power. That is how you're going to take care of yourself and take care of your children and take care of your family and take care of everybody around you. Somebody got to take care of that community.
But you guys are teaching them trades too now.
Skilled trades is what we teaching.
You know, now, just because you go to college for 4 years and get a degree in business or what have you, that doesn't guarantee you a job. Trades, teaching these young people, right? Would you agree?
That's
getting
correct.
hands-on, getting out there with skills like you have, teaching them what to do with their hands now.
Correct.
Right?
Knowledge is power, and it comes through your hands. And if we have a tornado or anything come through this town and tear this town up, who gonna depend on to take care of this town and put it back together? We're gonna have to get other people to come in Detroit to take care of you. You men, you got to get up to take care of your own family. And that's what we're teaching. We're teaching basic technology for this water, the gas, and the lights, electric, gas, and water. Carpentry to put these houses together, put these buildings together, and show you young people how to take care of yourself and be self-sufficient and own and be business owners. Not just to be a consumer, you be a business owner.
Entrepreneur. I think it's very important also, if I may, that self-respect. How are you respecting yourself if you're walking down the street with your pants sagging down? I mean, really. If you're not respecting yourself, women, your mother, whoever's in the house.
Well, just like me. I was young. They going where I'd already been. I was once you. I understand where you at. But if you never seen a man, how you gonna be a man?
Thank you. That's great.
Tony Clark, you follow me. You gonna get there.
We take a call. Ronnie, we got a call? Good evening. You're on the air. How are you?
Yeah, good evening. How's everyone?
Fine. How are you?
You mentioned a bit about college, and I'll say this. College is not necessarily for everyone, but I tell you what, I would rather have a college degree than to be out there on the street. As when I was teaching, when I would tell the kids, you're out there unarmed, because you're out there when you don't have a college degree or some other certificate saying that you're qualified. You're out there competing against a whole lot of other people who have that piece of paper. And in terms of college, like I said, college is not necessarily for everybody, but some people don't know that until they get in there and they try it on. And it's like a suit that's a little too small that doesn't fit them. But, you've got the building trades or, those vocational kinds of schools as well. Because I would tell the students, I said, you see these toilets that are in here, the sinks and the water fountains? I said, people with a college degree didn't put those in there. Even like with the lights, electricians put that in there. You can go to those kind of schools and you can develop, you can learn a skill, and you make yourself marketable in the job world. And as far as sports goes, I mean, I had an aspiration to go to play football, but it wasn't in the stars. But guess what? I had my degree, and right now I am doing very, very well. And I thank God, that He gave me the brains and the brawn, because I won a scholarship down to Wayne State, to be able to go through and get my education. And I got a master's degree as well. And myself and my wife, we're doing very well with college degrees. And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking down on people who don't have it, but it is better to have something in your hand saying you are certified to go out there and work well and compete. And as far as like sports goes, if you can make something out of it, fine. But if you can't, I mean, especially, that boxing realm, because, if you don't make it in that and you just hang around in it, you end up getting your brains beat out. And in the long run, down the road, very well, you set up some kind of, thing with your brain, because, you've been hit in the head so many times, and the head wasn't meant to take that kind of punishment. But anyway, thanks for taking the call.
Thank you. And I just want to reiterate and repeat that this gentleman is obviously not saying that he's against education, and nor am I.
I understand that.
Yeah, thank you for your call.
Okay.
And a lot of youth that are just out there lost, this is a stepping stone. Getting them involved in something and showing them how to work and go in and structure every day, maybe somewhere along the lines they can make the decision. And you guys are offering some ability to get education as well. I mean, obviously, we want to see them get educated.
Right. And I just want to iterate that I am a licensed master plumber. I didn't want you to just think that I'm just fought all my life. I do have that abilities, but I am a licensed master plumber. You fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's what this life is all about. And if you learn to plan your life, you'll get wherever you need to go. You're in control of your own destiny. And we just giving you a road to follow. And if you follow this road that I've been on, I've never been addicted to nothing. I've never been in jail. I've never been in trouble, nothing. And I've been on plumbing. I've been doing plumbing all my life. I've been doing boxing all my life. And I've been doing community all my life. I cleaned up the community. My mother, I come up in the civil rights era. And these people taught us how to be men. That's what it's about. And that's what I'm here to do, is teach a young man how to be a man, how to get out there and run 3 miles in the morning and then go to work.
That's a good.
You got to work out. You got to get your body physically fit, or you cannot be a plumber.
And that's also good for your emotional state of mind. James, what's the educational part of this? And I want you to give some contact information. We talked about it. We have a call? Okay. What's the educational part?
Yes. Well, what we do is we have books that we teach for the different trades in terms of plumbing books, electrical books, carpentry books that we bring the students, young adults in, and we teach them that and safety first. And then we take them out into the field and give them hands-on opportunity so that they can become proficient in the trade.
All right. So you have an ongoing program all 12 months of the year?
Ongoing all year long.
All right. If they want to get involved right now, who do they call? Is there a website, address? I want you to give all this so they know what we're talking about, where to go.
Yes, we have a website. The website is www.detroitcommunityplanning.org.
Okay. Phone number?
www.detroitcommunityplanning.org.
Okay. And where is this? Where's your building at, or where are you guys located?
Right now, we have a building downtown that in a high rise, but we want to bring it down into the inner city where we can have a classroom atmosphere.
So there is no classroom going on now?
Not at the moment. We have on-the-job training. We've been doing on-the-job
All
training.
right. You have a phone number?
Yes.
Okay, run that.
313-836-4323.
Say it again.
313-836-4323. Community Planning Association. 313-836-4323.
All right, I have sort of an overbooked show tonight, and I just want to make an announcement that this weekend, Minister Shabazz's Marcus Garvey movement has brought into town Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, well-known clinician, psychiatrist, lecturer extraordinaire, historian. This Saturday, the Black Madonna on 7625 Linwood at Hogarth. Tickets now are $25, and I still have them here. I'm here for another hour and a half, or they're $30 at the door. You can also make a presentation. If you have a table and you want to display your business, it's $35 in advance. It's $55 at the door. Tickets are running out. Time is running out. There's only 4 days left. I have some tickets here. You can get them from Minister Shabazz, and there's also tickets at the Shrine. Minister Shabazz's number is 313-646-3375. I'm going to take a quick call, Ronnie, and then we're going to have to split and take one of them. Good evening. You're on the air. How are you?
I'm fine. I just wanted to let the gentleman know that the skilled trades positions are being eliminated. I've worked for the city for the last 17 years. They eliminated our skilled trades program. I'm currently a property manager for the Detroit Housing Commission, and they fired every last one of our licensed plumbers, electricians.
Ma'am?
And you would have to be able to work on your own. Through privatization and the right to work, there is going to be no place for these young people to go.
All right, and this is perfect. I'm going to let them address this, but I would like you to call me. I would like to discuss this with you and how we can bring others. I know other people that are doing what they're doing. Maybe we can do something here together. Can you take my phone number down?
What you have to do is get back in control of the government.
Can you just take my number down, and would you mind calling me?
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Do you know my name?
Mr.
Ross.
Ross.
Okay, it's 248-417-9696. Please call me, tell me who you are and your phone number, and I'll call you back. I'll call you back tomorrow, I promise.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're going to go. Ronnie, I can't take those calls. One of you want to address this real quick?
Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. This is how we're going to keep our people to make the right decisions. Our children are making the wrong decisions. And we are making the wrong decisions by calling our children kids. They're not kids.
That's a
Those
goat.
are children. That is a goat. That is a goat, and you must be a billy goat to have kids. Children need to be respected, just like you got mad at the people call you an N-word. Well, we don't need to be calling the K-word. We need to respect our children. Please give them the opportunity to know that they are human beings just like me.
All right, she's saying they're cutting all these skilled programs in the city. This is a serious problem. Do you want to expound on this real quick?
Let me address that. First off, we sponsor our own program. We are not asking for, actually, we haven't taken city or federal funds to fund our program as far as education or educating any of our young adults or students. We have our own businesses, and we take our profit, and we use that profit to take these children and put them into our skill training program, and we provide the necessities for them to learn, and that's how we do it.
Give them your contact information, and we're going to go one more time. Give them the
Again,
website and the phone number.
We're at www.detroitcommunityplanning.org. And our phone number?
313-836-4323. 313-836-4323.
Now, just for the record, if you've been paying attention to my show for the past couple of years, boxing is my number one love. Then it comes football, basketball, or basketball, football. This man, what are you, Tony? 52?
That's 52.
50. He's the best-looking 52 I've ever seen. And if you remember, George Foreman came back at 50, right?
That's right. That's
George Foreman came back. You better watch out for him. I'm telling you, and I'm going to go see him spar. I go to the gym. I watch men. So you pay attention to him. I want to make sure that we see him fight. Okay? July 27th.
That's it.
I'm going to be there, and I'm going
right.
to continue to announce this. Gentlemen, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Well, thank you for coming, and we'll be right back with Aaliyah Moore from Oakman. We're back live. You're watching TV 33. And tonight, I'm upset. I got to tell you, I've heard of a lot of unjust moves in government. I've heard of a lot of unfair people without a heart. I want to tell you how this came to me. The Oakman, what is it? The Oakman Orthopedic School. I'm getting old. The Oakman Orthopedic School needed some houses boarded up. So Minister Shabazz and I were called about hooking up these houses because we had heard that prostitutes were taking the Johns into these houses, plus drug dealing, plus the perpetrators were having their way with young girls and women. You name it. You know what goes on in abandoned houses. We board up abandoned houses where there have been murders. So we went out to the school, and we were just about to help them. And then my friend Aaliyah Moore calls me and says, Roy Roberts is coming. And usually when this man comes out, it's already too late. He's already made his mind up. And when she told me he was closing this school for children, have an arm missing, a leg, all different speech impediments, all different kinds of liabilities, disabilities. These poor children, the parents don't all own cars. They don't all have transportation. They asked Roy Roberts, "What's this environment like?" And I'm gonna let you hear it in her words. But what's the environment like you moving my baby to? Is there violence, abandoned homes, drug dealing? This is Roy Roberts. This is a professional man that was in the hierarchy of General Motors, that's making serious money, supposed to be a cultured man. It doesn't matter to me what's going on in that area, in the environment. I don't care. I've made my mind up. And I also heard he wasn't even sure the name of the school he was standing in when he got there. And then he made some racist statements. So we not to take any thunder, but I wanted you to know the depth of this sick move to take away children They mix therapeutic children, orthopedic kids in with healthier children that aren't in wheelchairs in the same environment. This school's making a serious difference. They'll have to take me over my dead body before I'm letting them take the school. You watch and see what we're going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Aaliyah Moore. She's here tonight. Got as much passion and hunger. Both your kids go there?
I have a 5th grader there. The school goes up to 5th grade, so she's graduating. And then I have a 4-year-old that I do plan to send to Oakman for next year.
And she is so sweet and cute, the baby. What's the baby's name again?
Talia.
Talia was so nice to me. So, it's amazing how children develop personalities. Like when they come out of you, it's like, hey, kind of thing. So tell everybody what's going on. And you're on what's the name? You're on the parents, what's this called?
I'm the president of our Oakman Tiger Parent Organization.
Okay, and you're there every day.
I'm there every day.
Mr. Williams and
Miss Fletcher.
Miss Fletcher, who's hiding out tonight. We want to say hello to her. She's beautiful.
But we really couldn't do it without our dedicated parents. We have a board of 3, but we still do amazing things for these kids. And to come to our school is you would really see that our orthopedic children just burst with confidence because they're not in an environment you would think with general ed and POHI students that there would be teasing, bullying, but that's not the case at our school.
You won't stand for that anyway.
No.
If you saw any of that going on, I pity the person that did that to these kids.
Yeah.
What's happening Friday night?
Friday, we are having our meeting at Christ Temple Baptist Church. It's a community meeting. We expect as many parents as possible. Our school body is 315. If we can get half of those parents to come out and just testify on how good the school is and the impact that it will have on our children educationally as well as emotionally by transitioning them into a building that they're not familiar with.
We do have a chance to save the school.
Yes, we do.
We're asking you, please, if you come out, this is more than just attending a meeting to see what's going on. We need your support in joining us against this tyrannous, this dictator. He has closed 111 schools in Detroit. And when they start these EAA, the achievement schools, they're set up to fail. Yeah. They take the smart kids and leave kids like what I used to be, stupid, in the background, and leave me back at the old school and put all the smart kids. And I hear the teachers are not as accredited and certified and care as much about the furtherance and the advancement of these children's education. And do you know that every city where emergency manager, we're not just talking about the board, has come in to take over, has failed? And every city that this has occurred has been a predominantly, the majority by far, African-American city. Saginaw, Benton Harbor, Flint, Muskegon, and more have all failed. They've all done worse. And since the consent team has come into the city of Detroit to get us out of debt, they put us in debt another $70 to $100 million. So every time, I'm coining Malik Shabazz's face, every time Lansing comes in to help, we don't need their help anymore. Their help is not the right kind of help. Right. You fall off the ship. Instead of me throwing you life preserver, I throw you an anvil. Right. And you just sink. Your kids are beautiful. I don't know where we'd be. This school, your school, and your people have a chance to save all what's going on. More than just your school, the template from this. We got to get these parents to recognize that they need to come out with us.
Yes.
We're going to do some things out here.
Most
all right?
Definitely.
More than just say, hey, Roy, you better look out, Roy. Okay? Tell them again about the church, and I want you to tell them, what's been going on. He made a statement about this $900,000.
Yes.
Is this the first time you've heard that the school needed all this repair work?
Yes, as well as last year we did see different people coming in to canvass the building, but even when he came in with his rationale of $900,000, he had his PowerPoint presentation and everything, but that was not a part of the PowerPoint presentation. He just gave us a number, $900,000.
He didn't say what
no
needed
breakdown.
no breakdown.
No, he
and,
just
and this is generally how he operates.
right.
All right, he's not interested in what anyone needs to know. It's like you're my daughter. I'm punishing you. It doesn't matter what you did. You go to your closet. You don't get dinner and don't come out until I tell you to get out. So how are you supposed to? We need to understand what's going on, and he's not telling us.
Right.
What else do you got to say to him? Plead to the people to come out Friday night. Tell them again where it is and how important it is that we have your physical body to come out with us. And you can talk. You can say something. We're going to have comment cards.
Yes, the address is on the other flyer, but I plead out to you, even if you don't have children with special needs, you may have a cousin, an aunt, a sister, a nephew, niece, anybody that you know that has special needs, and understand that these children, along with our general ed children, that school is in the center of a community that needs it desperately, because without that school we would it's already blight in the area, but beyond that blight we will have the Kendall homes, and they will not be able to pursue their building of their homes without that school. So that school is a vital asset to that community. And we will be at Christ Temple Baptist Church, which is located on 10628 Plymouth Road, and that is right, I believe 2 blocks right off of Myers on Plymouth Road. So even if you
What time is that?
6 p.m.
Okay.
on April the 19th. So
This
please
Friday
come
night.
out.
I'm sorry. Tell them again.
April 19th at 6 p.m. at Christ Temple Baptist Church, and we do thank that pastor for allowing us to use his facility. And the address is 10628 Plymouth Road. I believe that's 2 blocks right off of Myers.
All right, we have to go in a second. I just want to let everyone try to understand this point. We have a lot of inappropriate misuse of the law in Detroit. And instead of you sitting up in your house and saying, ain't this a shame, Ronnie, I'm sick and tired of all this, and baby, turn the channel, I don't want to see that on the news. We need to realize that we are the only hope we have is us. You know, we might say to ourselves, what difference can I make?
Right.
You drive down the street and you see somebody throw a Pepsi bottle out the window. So you start to think, why shouldn't I? He didn't care.
Right.
They count on the lack of your support. This is so deep. This is such a heavy thing that we're not involved enough in our city. Stand up to get back the rights that you deserve. You fought too hard. I'm talking the African American community. How many years did you fight for the right to vote? And now you're allowing all this to be taken away? It's a right of democracy. This is being stripped from you. If you're walking down the street and someone throws you down and starts kicking you, are you telling me you're not going to try to get back up and get in there? My God, we need to start learning that we can respect ourselves by standing up. Aaliyah, we're going to see you Friday. Just one more time. Tell them where that is.
That is Christ Temple Baptist Church, which is located at 10628 Plymouth Road, I believe 2 blocks off of Myers. So, and we also do have petitions already ready at the school. If you want to come up and sign one, we greatly appreciate that. But
At your school.
At
Tell
our
them where that
school.
is.
That's Oakman Orthopedic Elementary School, which is 12920 Wadsworth, Northwest Side, Plymouth and Schaefer.
This is right. It's off Myers, right?
Yes.
It's one block or 2 blocks west of Myers,
Yes.
between Plymouth and Grand River.
Yes.
All right. Now, what's this petition for?
The petition
To block him?
is, yes, just to stop his closing.
Okay. Now, women, you know how to put that block on. You know what I'm talking about? You put that block on. We need to put the block on this man.
Yes, sir.
All right? So
Yes.
please come on Friday night, sign these petitions, get involved. Aaliyah,
Thank you.
See, I got so nervous I spilled my water. Thank you for coming.
Thank you
We're going to
so
have a
much.
quick break, and we're going to be right back with Pastor Barry Randolph and Rick Bolger. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a couple minutes. We're back live. And I make no excuses for my passion and how upset I am with our lack of support. But I love everybody in this city, no matter who you are and what you do. And believe me, I used to be on the streets. I sold drugs. I did drugs for 30 years in my life. So I know. But this lack of not getting involved has to change, everybody. Really. It's time. We're running out of time here. Your house is just going to fall to the ground, and some big corporation is going to come in and just replace it and tear it down with some big new house, and it's on the way. Right now, we have the many organizations here. I have Rick Bolger from Safe Haven in Detroit, Pastor Randolph Barry. Pastor, thank you for coming tonight. And from the what is it, the Messiah Baptist?
No, Church of the Messiah. It's
Church-
an Episcopal church on the east side of Detroit.
On Lafayette.
East Grand Boulevard in Lafayette.
Okay. How are you this evening?
I am incredible.
You need to move up a little bit.
Yes.
Tell us about your church, your passion, your love, and your involvement with this young man here.
Well, Church of the Messiah is a 138-year-old Episcopal church on the east side of Detroit. I've been a pastor for about 10 years, and I've been a member for about 22. Church of the Messiah is a little bit different. It's 60% African-American male under the age of 30, which is a little bit unusual in most churches. We do everything. We build our own houses. We have 213 units of affordable houses. We have a urban garden. We have a food pantry. We have 4 businesses inside the church. We have a wood shop. We have a maker space. We have to be the community. We have to do it, and we do it ourselves. We don't wait for somebody to come save us. We've actually built the community in order to change the lives of the people who are in the community.
I am proud to meet you. I want to give you a hug when you get out of here tonight. I would like to now. You're men that work on, I guess, women too.
Yep, men and
All right.
women.
You have contractors working with you.
We have a little bit of everybody who work with us, but we believe in starting ourselves. We are not waiting for anybody to come save our community. We're saving our community
I
ourselves.
got you. That's how we
Yes.
work.
Yes.
Because we're not getting. What do you do for funding, if I may ask?
Well, we get it mostly from individuals. We do get some grants, but most of the time it's coming from the pockets of the people in the neighborhood. A lot of it is coming from that.
Are you predominantly working on homes around the area of your church, I would suppose?
Yeah, actually, we started our housing corporation We started with one building across the street from the church, and 35 years later, $48 million invested in the
Oh,
neighborhood.
my God. You're near Martin Luther King High School, I presume, right?
Yeah, right down the street from Martin Luther King
I
High
think
School.
I know where your church is.
Yes, right on the corner of East Grand.
I told Rick when I met him, it's a rule when someone's coming to my show, if they're a person of clergy, I'd like to go attend their church beforehand, and I haven't. But now I'm considerably impressed because you're one of the real folks. The real people are the ones whose deeds match up to their words. It's so easy to give a few profound words and take and not give back. And I'm proud to know you, and I want to hear more about you. Rick, your association with this man is, how does this thread through?
I met Barry about 2 years ago. I found him to be a very genuine and wonderful person, very concerned about the community. And I was interested in starting Safe Haven, Detroit, for at-risk youth who are leaving the foster care system. Together, Barry and I have worked together, put together a program called Living the Dream 2013, which will be providing both youth and their families in the community at a grassroots level the opportunity to participate in programs such as the Employment Solutions mobile van, which will be coming out on April the 24th at the church, in order to provide the people in the community at the grassroots level with resume preparation, job assistance, counseling by one of their job counselors, and any other opportunities that we can that we can give the community to grow.
What's that date again?
It's April the 24th from noon to 3 p.m.
And give the is that at the Messiah?
It's at the Messiah.
Give them the address on. You're on Boulevard in Lafayette, right?
231 East Grand Boulevard on the corner of Lafayette.
Okay. And there's going to be what, like a mobile unit?
Yes.
Okay. This is wonderful. So what might someone expect when they come out there? They're going to learn how to fill out a job resume.
Correct.
And what else?
Well, they'll talk with a counselor about their job, about
Background.
type of jobs they want, and then they can go on the computers. They have a couple dozen computers in which they can go online and search out jobs. And then Pastor Barry and the rest of our congregation will help these young individuals pursue their dreams.
Do you have contact information in regards to this particular event? If someone wants to call ahead now, is there a website, or probably everything's under one umbrella? Is that how
Well, what they can do is they can call the church directly at area code 313-567-1158.
Okay, I know you got your hat in so many different venues. Tell me about, you have a food program.
Yeah,
You're feeding the hungry.
right. We also grow our own food. We own
You got an urban garden?
Yeah, we have 103 vacant lots. So right now the economy is not good enough to build houses, so we decided Old McDonald had a farm, so we decided to do some urban
Are
farming.
these vacant lots all attached somewhat? Are they are they different?
Some of them are scattered, but most of them are in that general area around Church of the Messiah.
Okay. This gentleman here is in the Brightmoor area, and in their area, and I'm not comparing, but it's literally like a farm. They have two sides of the street. They must have, 8 to 10 lots on one side, maybe more on the other.
Wow.
One of the neighbors had a couple goats and some chickens.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I
Yeah.
mean,
Do it
listen,
yourself. Do it
they
yourself.
take the food to market, and the profit comes back, goes into the neighborhood.
Same here. We do the same
See,
thing.
this is what
Working
Detroit
the
needs to
community.
get with.
Yes, we're working
You-
with the community.
All right.
We also have a program, just so you know, too, that Safe Haven and Church of the Messiah is working on called Living the Dream 2013.
And?
We know a lot of young people, especially, they're living a nightmare. High unemployment, illiteracy rate, housing deterioration, unemployment. So what we've decided to do is we're going to create it ourselves. So we've started 4 businesses so far, and what we're going to be doing is helping them to be able to become entrepreneurs in the future. So we work on the 4 E's. One is education, one is entertainment, one is entrepreneurship, and one is community empowerment.
Excuse me, but I told Rick that I wanted to give you guys the most, and I'm going to have an issue. In 1 minute, we have to run a test for the FCC, and then we're going to come back. And then I'm just letting you know we got about 30 seconds left, and we're going to do this test, then a commercial, and then we're going to talk about where we want to go. So you stay tuned. I got to get involved with you guys. My God.
Barry, I have
Put
several.
on your skates.
Yeah.
We got work to do.
I have several individuals that I'd like the community to meet. One is Jeff St. Clair, who is a partner in Safe Haven Detroit.
Here tonight, you mean?
Here
Jeff?
tonight. And Joe Dixon, who is also our youth representative for Safe Haven. Having been in the foster care system, Joe knows how to work with young individuals.
We'll have them both on. Did I ask you if you knew Saba?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and this young
Wonderful.
pastor?
She's a wonderful lady.
Saba has been on my show about 3 or 4 times. Do you know Saba?
I don't think
She is the
I'll
Black
introduce
Mother
her.
Teresa of the foster care.
All right.
And I'm telling you, this woman, Saba, you know I love you. And I mean love you. I might even be in love with her. Her body of work is so great that I've fallen in love with her. She'll go into abandoned houses to get these children.
Wow.
You know, they've been kicked to the curb. She's got it working for a foundation. They're getting abused, whatever. Thrown out of the houses, just kicked. Ronnie, how much time we have here? Okay. Stay tuned, everybody. Don't go away. We're going to be back in maybe 3 or 4 minutes after this quick break. What an organization you have. Food programs, education, jobs,
Community gardens.
community gardens.
A wood shop. We also have what's known as a makerspace. Makerspace help you use your hand to become an entrepreneur.
And I'm okay. We'll be right back, everybody. Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33. I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's watching this show, in the few years I've had this show, I have never come in contact with an organization that is so diverse, so community, so communal, so dedicated to making a difference. I'm blown away. And they're running in the red. Like all of us that make a difference out here, the good folks aren't getting the big money. That's the shame. We have another gentleman now under this umbrella. Jeff Daniels is here tonight. And Jeff Daniels is involved in Safe Haven, but you also are involved in the homes. Tell everybody what you do, what your role is.
Well, I'm Jeff Sinclair with Safe Haven. I'm the housing provider, and we have a series of houses that we repaired and remodeled for out-of-risk kids aging out of their, foster care system here. And what we got going now, we have a house on the east side and also on further east side off of Iroquois between Forest and Foster. And the other one's on west 7 Mile off of the south of the expressway. What we do in these houses, we rebuild these houses, remodelize them, and we find out-of-risk kids through the system they put inside of them. The house we have going right now is on Carey Street. It's off of 7 Mile and Van Dyke. And we did this house. It's a very nice house to be remodeled with 3 complete finished bathrooms inside of it. And has 7 rooms inside of the house as we structurally rebuilt the house here.
That's wonderful. I want everyone to understand what it means when they age out of the foster care, or they get opted out, or can they get tossed out? A lot of things can happen. Or they lose interest, or they have a bad social worker. I mean, anything could happen. We're all for helping them in the foster care, but you never know. A lot of them sometimes go into homes that are abusive as well, that take the kids in. Not you guys, but I could be a foster care, I could be involved in a foster care, and I have kids coming in and out, and I might abuse them, take advantage of them, take the checks every month and not feed them, abuse, molest. It all goes.
Well, I think a lot of the kids inside the system, they all come with their own special problem.
Sure.
We had a kid with a diabetic, and we felt we gave our best to him to help him grow and learn and help him with diabetic situation. But sometimes these kids, they come with so many problems that we cannot understand and work with them. And the social worker try their best. A lot of times the kids are so confused in what they really want to do, they will almost do anything and say anything just to get out of one location and go to another. We finding out now that out of 10 kids that come to that location, about 3 1/4 of these kids will really succeed in what we're trying to do with them. So the other 6.5
Succeed, you said?
No, I said out of 10 kids, about 3 of these kids will succeed in their life struggle and will provide for them. Only finding out right now, working with these kids.
How do they come to you guys? How do you get them? How do they find out about you?
Well, they come to us through Southwest Solution and a lot of other agencies throughout the state housing program. A lot of the private agencies they have looking for home providers for these kids. And we pretty much new at doing this here, but we have a few houses. I have a few houses that remodeled and fixed up. And my goal was just to get these kids inside of them and give them a place to live and grow. We have mentors for the kids. And also we have mentors for the kids.
Uh-huh.
We have those too. And we have a very large program that we give to these kids to exercise their abilities and things they want to do to make them more suitable for once they become an adult and things they need to know for the rest of their lives.
Are they subsidized from the government to you guys in any way at all? I don't mean to get in
Most
your
kids
business.
come with some type of stipend from the government system. So it's, well, the stipend
there's nowhere else. Go ahead.
well, the stipend they receive from the government is not nearly enough they can personally
Live on it.
very true.
Not to interrupt
Even
you.
for pay to rent or something, or to their own food situation. We had a program with one organization where they're asking us to take these kids in, but just feed them one meal a day. And some are providers, one meal a day may be a bag of noodles or a hot dog or something.
No nutrition, not enough food.
Ourselves, we have a very a wonderful cook there, and 3 meals a day is
In each home.
Pardon me, please?
When you say
We have one house open and operating right now on Carey Street on the east side of Detroit.
where you take food from and deliver to other houses?
No. We have one single house functioning at this time.
Okay.
We have several kids inside this house. We provide them with 3 solid full meals every day. Organization we had before working with us was asking us just to feed the kids 1 meal a day, and we just couldn't see how can we do this, and that the kid grow and learn and the nutrition and everything. We just went beyond. We find ourselves at Safe Haven going beyond what the system is asking for.
You care and you know what it takes. You know, a lot of the children outside of the system, living in homes, whether they have, probably most of them have one single parent home, and whatever went on in the house last night, and usually it's something chaotic as a rule, whatever that might be, it could be anything. And they wake up in the morning, and usually there's not a man there, unfortunately, but sometimes there's no breakfast. Then they have to walk past
All these
abandoned houses. Yep. Then they end up in a school, and they're expected to sit down and want to learn after they got what's going on that Mama did last night, these houses.
Exactly.
Playing in the trash, and they're see, the education system doesn't even take this into account. How can you even test a child when he's confronted with these kinds of problems? I know I don't like to do much when I'm hungry. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired kind of thing. So, yeah, they need nutrition.
That's the truth.
There's no question. What can the public do that's watching if they want to help you guys? Can they donate? Can they donate, Pastor?
They certainly can.
Can you tell them where they could send? We need money. I need money. But where can they send and help you guys if you need some donations? I know you need them. Where you got an address, phone number, website?
Well, I can tell you if
You guys are
wanna,
together in this?
We're together in this.
All right.
Well, if you want to make a donation to Church of the Messiah itself, you can do that to Church of the Messiah, 231 East Grand Boulevard, Detroit, 48207. Telephone number 313-567-1158. You can look at our website, churchofthemessiahdetroit.com, and check us out on Facebook.
Okay.
I'm gonna be working with you guys, and I just want to tell you, is your church on a Facebook page at all?
Yes.
Okay. If you join the official Detroit Empowerment Movement, which is a page I started for all government meetings, for all government oppression, for all aspects of violence, trash dumping, neglect, what have you, or organizational meetings, not cabarets, not shoe stores wanting to sell their shoes. I post my show on there, but that's about it. And anything pertinent to government, post all these things in relation to your organization, the official Detroit Empowerment Movement. Go in and join. You'll see post is relative to community only. Ain't about Pookie and Nemo going to have a party tomorrow night and, you know, whoever's going to be there. It's about serious living.
Right.
I want to take a quick break because we want to get on. We got a couple more minutes, Jeff, and then I want to bring on this. What's this young man's name? Who's coming?
Joe.
Okay, Joe's going to come on. Jeff, what else you have to say? Take a couple minutes and speak from your heart and tell them out there what you want them to hear.
Well, for a few things we find out just like today, we interviewed a young man from one of the organizations who was wanting to try to advance himself and grow and just become a human being again. I felt that where it's located at was like a lockup facility. To myself, it felt like that to me. And my conversation with him was, I I would say, medicated through his conversation and through the slur of his words alone. He's looking like he was trying to, I want to escape, I want to get out where I'm from, or someplace where I can grow. He mentioned family members that he wanted to go to, himself and his sister, a younger sister, to a brother house where they can live there. But it seems like the brother would take what stipend they get from the government and use it and not improvise that money to assist him and his sister.
And you know, this is no shock what family members do to other family members.
Well, it seems
All
very,
over. All over.
well,
No shock.
the thing behind that there is we believe we're gonna accept this young man into our house and give him the lady who takes care of the house, Cynthia, are gonna give a little love and expression to this. And this is a very nice person.
Motherly love.
Motherly love. She comes from a very large family, and she has a lot of inner love, a gift of herself that she constantly shares. And I think this young man we saw today definitely needs that in his life.
I hope he sees the way to come to you. Rick, did I meet Cynthia last week? Was Cynthia at the meeting on the boulevard? Okay, I haven't met Cynthia, but we hope to meet her. If you don't mind, we're going to take a break and we're going to have Joe on.
All right.
And we'll switch. And it was nice meeting you. And you're going to see more of my white face.
Okay.
We'll be right back after this quick break, and we're going to have an interesting young man on, Joe. So stay tuned.
For a new career, Real Brothers Inc. and Detroit Training Institute of Technology presents Building and Construction Trades career training in the following areas: residential electrical wiring, heating and cooling, modern plumbing, carpentry and building construction, green technology building construction. This course also offers paid training, bus tickets, job placement, national certification upon completion. For more information, contact Real Brothers Inc. at 313-833-4946. Classes are forming now.
The following program does not reflect the views and opinions of Channel 33, its management, or sponsors.
My Lord, I have to tell you, I am just struck with the love that this organization has to give Detroit, because you know what? Detroit needs it. Why don't you introduce Pastor Barry? Why don't you introduce this good-looking young man sitting to your right and tell everybody about him a little bit?
Well, this is Joe Dixon, and I got an opportunity to meet Joe not too long ago through Rick. He brought him to the church, and then we found out that Joe was incredible at what it is that he's doing. I was impressed by him because even though he came from rough circumstances, he actually decided that he wanted more out of his life, and he's working towards that. He's only 22 years old. He decided that it makes no difference what happens to you, is what you do about what happens to you. So he decided to do something positive with what happened to him, and we found out that he was an incredible young man. He was actually, what is strange, we get a lot of young men who come to the church, and we really do get the Ray Rays. We get Ray Ray and Pookie. And the church is full of Ray Ray and Pookie. And a lot of times we got to kind of hit them over the head to teach them what it is they should be doing to turn their life around. Well, he was one of the ones that, even though he came from a bad situation, he was already turning his life around. I'm like, well, if everybody came in the door this easy who was going through hard times, my job would be a whole lot easier. So I'm going to let Joe go ahead and talk. And I can say he is going to be working on the church's new website, because the boy is bad.
Okay. Welcome. Tell everybody your name.
Joseph Dixon.
And thank you for coming here tonight.
Well, thank you for having me.
If I may.
Please.
Getting back to what this gentleman, this pastor, has just said, Pastor Barry, what makes you realize that we are all responsible for our life and it's not anybody else's fault what happens to us, and not blaming anybody? How were you able to see this at such a young age?
Well, from a young age, I've had a lot of family members and a lot of people who have come into close quarters with me, and they have had a lot of difficulty in the things that they are accomplishing in their lives. And I've seen other youth, like, even as I grew up very young, who struggled to find some stability in what they do in their lives. And I decided really young that I absolutely refused to be another statistic.
And how old were you when you say you came to this realization?
Maybe 10.
Because you know how old I was? 35. and if I didn't go to a treatment center for drugs, I still wouldn't have realized it.
You know what? It's absolutely astounding. I had the pleasure of doing some research at one point in time on the numbers of just how many youth are so disadvantaged. I mean, we come into this world with nothing. We work our way up from ground zero, and you work your way up from ground zero. I mean, the statistics say that 1 out of every 10, I believe, youth that have gone through either the foster care system or the juvenile delinquent system will have the opportunity to graduate from high school. And 1% of that 1% have the opportunity just to attend college.
It's outrageous.
Could you just expound a little bit on what it was like growing up and your adversities that you were confronting? Did you have a father and a mother in the home?
Unfortunately, no. I haven't had a chance to bond with a father figure. My father was very absent in my life. Actually, I've never met my father.
Okay, wow.
Me and my mother's relationship is very rocky, and it's always been like that. So it's always really been me. Throughout my entire life, I've pretty much only had myself to fall on. Fortunately, a few years ago, I want to say maybe 4.5 years ago, I had the pleasure of meeting the man Rick Bolger, and he is, in all words, profound. He molded me and taught me and took me on as he's not just a mentor; he's my best friend. He showed me that there is more here. If you struggle to accomplish positivity in life, that life has magnificence to give you.
Well, I'm very proud to meet Ray myself. Rick. I'm sorry. My God. Are you in college now?
Actually, I'm taking a little time off of school. I actually attend Lawrence Tech. I'm just, the finances are a little. I run a company myself too. Yes, I'm a young entrepreneur.
You run your own company.
Yes, I run
two. May we hear? Let's hear what they are.
My first company I started in 2005. MJ Robotics Incorporated is a computer diagnostics and repair company. I also build laptops and desktops and custom build computers. Gaming PCs. We specialize in repairs and removal of viruses and other sorts.
You're brilliant. So I'm assuming you've had no formal training in most of these areas. You're going to Lawrence Tech.
Very little, very, very little. I have always had a neck for electronics.
You're
so
gifted.
It's definitely, and it's always gotten better as I gotten older. I've wanted to learn more, and I kind of just stretched out and grabbed it, horns, and it's just one of those things that I've always been pretty good at.
I'm very proud to meet you, and actually, you inspire me.
Oh, thank you.
To keep on going. What about your friends, other than Rick, and other than Pastor Barry? You find other young men and young ladies suitable to have a social relationship with in general, just social friends? I mean, outside of your association with the church, what have you, your head is in a different place. But there are other good young people.
Mm-hmm.
We network. Do you ever hear the Better Detroit Youth Movement?
Oh yeah, we're partners with them.
Okay, with Jay.
With Jay.
Jay is my man.
Yeah, quite a few good people.
Mr. Pointer.
In that. Yep, quite a few good ones in that organization.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
What would you like to impart to anybody that's watching, a parent or a teenager? what could you offer them in terms of getting out or fulfilling their dream in spite of nothing around them shows them it's possible?
To the youth, I would definitely have to say that open your eyes. Look around you. Life is enormous. The world is enormous. There are so many opportunities. There are so many things to do and so many things to accomplish in so very little time. We are born in this world with absolutely nothing. You must fight to accomplish anything or have any chance at accomplishing anything. So when you are a person that is disadvantaged, you must find positivity, gravitate towards it, and strengthen yourself and better yourself. And then to the parents and the adults, I have to say, be there for the youth. You have to support. A strong support system is so vital. I know that me personally, growing up, it would have made a significant difference to have had, and I've had my grandmother and I've had Rick in my life, but to have my mother and my father to support me in the ventures and the things that I've done would have, I can't imagine where I'd be now if I had had those things. So you definitely need to support.
But you have a story to tell too. By being able to go through the hard times and being able to still become the best possible person that you could be, you have a story to tell that I can't tell. By you going through it and being in the situation that a lot of young people especially actually find themselves in and can't find the wherewithal to get themselves out. Sometimes it's good to look up and see somebody who looks just like you, who's actually getting through that. Don't make any kind of excuse. Understand that life can happen, but you can change the outcome, and you've done that.
Definitely,
and you're doing that.
You know what? The youth need to also look at, like I said, the world is bigger, and there are opportunities out there, and that you can't the negativity that imposes on your life. You can't let it restrain you. And I'm trying to find the words to explain it. You can't let it restrain you.
You don't have to let the world dictate how you should live.
If you are a person who partakes in drugs or alcohol or negativity, this is a product of the system that was created before you were here. You need to realize that this is not the system that God, the divine power, has for you, and you need to better yourself.
This system really wants to see you fail. This system really wants to see everybody that lives in the city of Detroit, in my opinion, fail. Why else would the schools be closing, the libraries be closing, no public lighting, not enough police? How could they close a police station at 4 p.m? I don't care what kind of budget they have. So what is illustrating to the people who live in the city that the government is for you? And your words are great, but to the people that are in it, it's a lot easier said than done.
Right.
And you know that. You know that. So when you're down, all you see is the ground. It's hard sometimes to pick yourself up in the midst of hell. In the bowels of hell, you don't see faith. You don't see hope. You don't see a way out. But you did. But you did anyway.
No choice.
You had
no one should have any choice but to see the positive. I mean, how can someone dwell in darkness forever? I mean, that just
it's familiar.
But it is familiar and it's comforting, but it's I can't think of the words.
It seems no viable option to you.
It's not productive. You get nowhere.
Listen, and you're intelligent. The city of Detroit. Listen, we go out for murders, trying to get the people on the block that called me to stand up for them, to do a patrol around there, and trying to get them pulling their curtain. The sense of apathy within the community, they've given up for the most part. But you would say, well, how could they give up on life? Because they've been beaten down so long. So we got to give them hope. You're here tonight to give them hope.
Right.
It's possible.
I heard something from a brilliant man the other day, and he told me, he says, you know what? He calls it the roach and light switch theory or something of the sort. Exactly. And it basically says when you're if you're in your home and you come across a cockroach, When you turn on the lights, what happens? It runs away. Darkness must recede. It cannot see the light. And when you surround yourself by positivity, all you can muster is positivity. You have to see the light. Life is better. I mean, life is difficult in some ways, but it's meant to be difficult. That's the purpose. If life was perfect and you got everything you wanted,
It's called heaven.
It's
and we're
freaking
not
called
there.
heaven.
We're not
Far,
there.
he exceeds his years.
Yes,
Listen,
he does.
Joe, I hate to say this, but we got to go, and I got some plans for you when we go off.
Actually, you know what? I want to give everybody the
Go ahead, real quick,
the
'cause we got
website
about
for-
10 seconds.
Yep.
We got.
I just wanted to give the website for Safe Haven.
Go ahead.
Okay. We're actually in the process of designing a new website, so I'm going to give that one over until
Go ahead.
It's safehaven.org, safehavendetroit.org, and actually you can see it now if you go mjrobotics.wix.com/Safe Haven Detroit, and you can donate
That was
there.
a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a bit of a.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
We need to flash it across the screen. We have to go. I want to thank Rick Bolger for bringing the crew, Pastor Barry Randolph, and Jeff Daniels, and I can't believe the name of the actor, Jeff Daniels. And this is Joe. I did forget Joe's
Joe
name.
Dixon.
I am impressed as hell to illustrate to you tonight the greatness in this young man, and we're going to have more of his greatness is going to be coming out. We got to go. We'll be back next week, Friday night, at the Christ Church. We need your body. I don't have any flyers. Ronnie, where's a flyer real quick? We need you to come out this Friday night and stand up for Roy Roberts taking over this school. It's on Myers in Plymouth Road, and we got to go. Real quick, here's the address. I'm sorry. It is at 10628 Plymouth Road at Myers, 6 o'clock this Friday. 10628 at the Christ Temple Baptist Church. We need bodies to show up because we shutting Roy Roberts down. I'm telling you, we got to physically shut him down. Okay? We'll see you next week. Thank you, Sam, from the JCC.
Clear. Good job.
Days, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33.